He's the first Kart Series rookie to win 3 straight races. Now he chases Alex Zanardi and Little Al's record of 4 straight kart wins. Point leader Juan Montoya joins us from St. Louis. He's the defending Busch Series champ. This weekend he hopes to drive in his first Winston Cup race. Dale Earnhardt Jr. will talk about his debut in Charlotte. He represents the 4th generation of Petty's in NASCAR racing and is one of the top rookies in the Busch Series. Adam Petty stops by for a visit as he prepares for this weekend's race in Charlotte. Plus, it's Wednesday and the action is hot. RPM Tonight, next. Hello, everyone. I'm John Kernan. Coming up on RPM Tonight, we'll talk to Champ Car driver Juan Montoya, who tries to tie the record this weekend of 4 wins in a row. Plus, we'll talk to Dale Earnhardt Jr. about his much-anticipated Winston Cup debut. Adam Petty looks for more success at Charlotte, and, of course, it's Open Wheel Wednesday. But first, funny car driver Cruz Pedregon is out of a ride. Wednesday, the Joe Gibbs Racing team announced that the team and Pedregon had mutually decided to end their relationship. A replacement for Pedregon has not yet been named. The team also announced that Corey Max, crew chief Mike Green, had left. Wes Cerny, the team's funny car crew chief, will also oversee the operation of the Top Fuel team as well. An Associated Press report says there might be an end in sight to the CART IRL split. The report quotes CART president and CEO Andrew Craig as saying that he can confirm that there have been some very informal talks with Tony George. Sources also told the AP that Bill France Jr. is brokering the peace. Qualifying for Sunday's Coca-Cola 600 got underway just a few moments ago. We'll update you on qualifying a little bit later on in the show. Rex in last week's Winston All-Star race threw a wrench into some of the team's plans to run the same car this weekend, but the top 3 finishers Saturday night all elected to bring a different car back to the track for this weekend's action.
That was a brand new car, and we still need some more time with it before we're really confident in bringing it out for a 600-mile race. And I think this car here is going to be a lot better on long runs, where the setup we had the other night was a short run deal, and it worked out really well for us, obviously. But we feel really good about our chances this weekend with this car.
We brought the California car back. You know, we just feel like the California car will be a better car to race for 600 miles. That car we had in Winston was a new car, and we're just still learning about it.
We kind of had a game plan of where we were going to run certain cars at certain racetracks. That car was designated to run to Winston, and we had another car that was already sitting. We had it in the truck as a backup, ready to come back here for the 600. We felt it was a little bit better car. It's been a better car. We ran in Atlanta, Texas, ran really well. Tony's really comfortable in it, so we brought back that car.
Teams often use the Winston as a test, taking the gamble of running their best car. Sometimes that plan backfires.
Yeah, that was the plan. You know, bring the best car wherever you race, you know, and or what we thought was the best. The car that we brought back here is a good car. It's the car we won Bristol with, and it was new there. We raced it at Richmond, and after the Richmond race, it needed a whole body. So with that in mind, you know, we put a body on it that would be more suited to a place like this. So it should be a good car.
Well, I guess that's a chance you're going to have to take, you know. I was a little bit mad about it, you know, like I imagine everybody's mad, but that's racing, you know, and I'm the type of person, and we're going to bring our best car to any event. So that's a chance we took, and hopefully we'll get this car just as good as that car.
We did want to run that car, certainly, but you know, I think what happened was this old car 24 here, it won Vegas and it won Darlington, led all the laps at Rockingham, and it was pretty mad at us that we weren't going to bring the thing back here to try and win the million. It's the one that put us in position to have a chance at the million. We win in Vegas, and I think it's fitting that it has a chance to try to win the million.
For other teams, that chance was too costly to take. Those teams instead opted to play it safe, setting aside their best piece for this weekend.
It's a newer race car, but it's the sister to the one we ran last Saturday. Both cars have been good cars for us, but this one's a little newer, it's a little lighter, got a few updates on it, but the car we've run the last half a dozen or so Speedway type races.
Only if the car would have won $200,000 were we going to bring that car back. Came over here and tested. That car was about 2 to 3 tenths off of the car we have here now, so we set our primary car aside and saved it for the race that paid the points. So Dale said that was a smart move, obviously, after what happened in the race.
Sunday night 600 miler is also the third chance for the Noble $5 million bonus. All 5 teams eligible brought back a different car than they raced with here Saturday night. The guy with the most productive car would be Jeff Gordon. Chassis number 2432 has only 3 races. In those 3, 2 wins, 2 poles, and a 4th place finish. In Concord, North Carolina, I'm Matt Yoakum, ESPN.
Thanks, Matt. Steve Park led the way in practice Wednesday afternoon with a fast lap of 184.722 miles an hour. Ted Musgrave's team is losing its sponsor at the end of the year. He was 5th fastest, while John Andretti turned the 6th fastest lap. Jeff Gordon is going for his 6th straight pole position in the Coca-Cola 600, but he was only 9th fastest in practice. Still to come on RPM tonight, Dale Earnhardt Jr. gets ready to make his NASCAR Winston Cup debut. He was 10th fastest in practice. And when we come back, we'll find out if Juan Montoya is surprised by his early success in the Kart FedEx Championship Series.
This man has found that a 1966 Mustang is a finicky little lady. She demands love, devotion, and a 4-barrel Holly carburetor. At Advanced Auto Parts, it's our job to see that she gets the carburetor and any other hard-to-find part overnight. As for the love and devotion, well, let's just say there are some things we won't get involved with.
Some folks think my Subaru Outback here is just for exotic adventures. Truth is, it's good for the everyday stuff too. You know, like running down to the store, picking up the mail. A secret, full-time all-wheel drive. Something you just won't find in a Cherokee or a Blazer. Comes in handy when you say, late for a hair appointment.
Right with you, mate. You know why I wear a hat.
Nice try. Now get in.
Hate painting? Lowe's knows how to help. Lowe's has everything you need to get the job done quick and easy.
All at guaranteed everyday low prices.
Our paint experts can recommend the best paint for any job, like high-quality American Traditions brand interior paint. It comes with a lifetime guarantee.
When it comes to paint, Lowe's knows.
It knows 2 speeds. Stop and go. It just beat a series of the toughest stop-and-go driving tests in the world, and it's brand new. Go ahead. Guess. You have 4.3 seconds. Introducing Pennzoil with new Pure Base. Stop. Go. Pennzoil.
RPM Tonight is being brought to you by Daytona USA, the official attraction of NASCAR.
Juan Montoya, his 3rd race in the series, looks for his 1st career win. The 39th winner in kart history. Montoya slows, comes off the corner, takes the checkered flag, takes the win. Incredible accomplishment by this rookie driving for Chip Ganassi. The checkered flag, the victory. Oh, this kid is good. So very, very good.
In only 5 races on the Kart FedEx Championship Series, rookie Juan Montoya has captured 3 straight wins, a rookie record. This weekend at Gateway International, he tries to tie the overall record of 4 straight wins. Al Unser Jr. did it in 1990, and last year, Alex Zanardi won 4 straight. Juan joins us now from St. Louis. Juan, in your wildest dreams, did you ever imagine that you would enjoy this kind of success so early in your kart career?
Not really. You know, I was expecting to get some good results. I wanted to get some points in the ovals because in the beginning you think in the oval and you never think you're going to get like wins or anything because you come from Europe. You never raced in ovals before, but everything is going great.
Were you surprised at how quickly you took to the ovals, and what made the big difference on the oval track performance?
I think the Target team had a really good car in the ovals, and you've seen they've always been quick in ovals and road courses, and I think we worked really hard with Monan to get a really good car in the ovals, and the results are coming.
Knowing that Zanardi won 2 straight championships with this team, coming in, did you feel pressure to perform even though you're a rookie in the series?
Not really. You know, outside the team, everyone thinks, oh, you know, he's filling Alex's shoes and all that, but on myself, not really. You know, I wanted to just go out and do the best I could, and so far, I gotta tell you, I'm surprised with what I'm done.
How easy did the team make the transition from Formula One cars to Champ cars for you?
it was pretty easy. The hardest thing was the oval, but we did a lot of testing, especially in Homestead, before the season opening, so that helped me a lot.
What kind of help have you gotten from your teammate Jimmy Vasser?
We got, especially at the beginning of the year, he gave me a lot of tips. I think the biggest help at the beginning was Alex. You know, my first test, Alex was there and he said, please don't do this, don't do that. You gotta just relax and enjoy it.
What else did Alex tell you about? Did he tell you not to be afraid to make some bold moves? Because that's what he was known for.
No, I don't think you have to do that. I think you have to use the head and try to get some points, you know. And I think we've done that so far. You know, you gotta try every race to get the best points you can. You know, if everyone thinks, you know, I wanna win again. You know, everyone wants to win. But if we can win, we have to try to get the best points out of what we have, basically.
How long do you think you'll stay in the kart series?
Well, I got a 3-year deal, so don't know.
Now, you tried to tie the record this weekend at Gateway International. Have you been able to do a lot of testing there?
No, we did 1 day of testing, and I think the speed was really good. I was a bit surprised with the speed. I like the oval, so this oval is quite good. I don't know for overtaking how easy it's going to be, but I think we're going to have a good car.
And last year, Alex won the race there at Gateway with some great pit work. How much of a role this weekend is the pit crew going to play in the race?
Well, I think every race, the pit crew counts a lot, and I think I could say I got one of them, if it's not the best, one of the best guys in the pits. You know, for myself, I think they're the best. You know, they always do good pit stops, quick pit stops. Like if you saw Nazareth race, they put me in front twice, so they always do it.
Well, Juan, congratulations on a great start, and I'm looking forward to seeing you out there this weekend in St. Louis.
All right, thank you very much.
When we come back, Dale Earnhardt Jr. looks forward to his NASCAR Winston Cup debut this weekend at Charlotte.
Call 1-800-HAIR Club right now for a free brochure. Your free hair, all you have to do is prepay for a basic club plan. That's it.
Can't believe you can slick it straight back and it still looks natural. I love it. I've never felt this good after a haircut.
You don't feel any difference in this hair, you know, any hair. And it still stays, see?
So call 1-800-HAIR Club right now for a free brochure.
This is what exhilaration looks like. Don't let the elements prevent you from experiencing it.
If you can't drive 55, then rev up your remote and ask for ESPN Classic today. Starting May 29th, ESPN Classic is coming at you with a rip-roaring weekend of macho men and mean machines. It's NASCAR weekend, so grab a can of Shasta and buckle up for safety, because this is going to be one wild and reckless road trip.
Side by side, wheel to wheel.
To get behind the wheel, call your cable operator or satellite provider today. Are you old school?
Dale Earnhardt Jr. has probably been looking forward to this weekend for quite a while. Of course, he's looking forward to starting his Winston Cup career, but with all the hype he's had to endure, he's also probably looking forward to getting it over with. Recently, Bill Weber sat down with Dale Jr. to talk to him about his much-anticipated debut.
How do you look at the approaching week?
Well, with everything that we have going on, the thing I'm going to concentrate on most is, if possible, trying to satisfy everybody. My biggest worry was going back and forth from car to car, and one not handling and the other handling well. Trying to remember which car is loose getting in, which car is tight coming off, and not get out there and wreck the car because I wasn't prepared for what it was going to do on the racetrack.
Are you excited about any of this?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about the start of the race, actually. You know, I'm anxious to get that race started, to get buckled in and sit there and think about it for a second, that this is my first Winston Cup race, and how special that's going to be to me and how great a feeling it's going to be, and try to
document that somewhere in the back of my mind, what that feels like.
Do you have too much going on?
At times it seems like it, but I think that's just because of, maybe I got a little lazy bone in me. We're wanting to give, you know, everyone a reason to talk about us, and you know, hopefully that's going to happen shortly. With everything else going on with the Winston Cup schedule, you know, you got worries about going to these tracks and running well and looking good and trying to perform for a big name sponsor like Budweiser. So, you know, we got a lot of things going on, but I wouldn't say it's too much. It's a heck of an opportunity. Everyone else on the outside or the other side of the fence there is probably looking in saying that it's got to be the greatest opportunity of a lifetime. So I'm trying to have that same outlook, and I can see where they're coming from.
So that being said, if you read that Sports Illustrated article, I wouldn't believe that's the same guy saying that said this.
When that was printed, I was under the thought that we weren't organized as we needed to be going into a situation like that, where we've got me and Tony Jr. running back and forth from car to car, and we've got a meet and greet here and a meet and greet there, and this to sign and that to sign, and this to go to at 7 o'clock, and we got to be here at 9 o'clock in the evening and get to bed at 11, get up and practice at 8, and things like that, you know, and do that for 6-7 days in a row there, and then try to do it well, you know. So I was just making sure we had all our ducks in a row, and didn't think that we were prepared, and didn't think everybody saw it like I saw it. And as soon as that hit the newsstand, everything turned right around, and everybody saw my opinion, and we've adjusted things and made things a lot more comfortable for me, especially. And you know, we try to. I think everybody else has benefited from the adjustments too.
But it is a lot of work for you to find any enjoyment in this right now. Is that correct?
When anything doesn't go well, you're going to be frustrated, but you still enjoy doing it. You still go and do it. So it's not the greatest year. We're having a little bit of difficulty, but we're still in a position to win the points. We don't want to lose the points championship and then go to Winston Cup. We want to win it and go to Winston Cup. So we're working hard. That's very important.
His father, Dale Earnhardt, made his Winston Cup debut at Charlotte back in 1975 and finished 22nd. Terry Labonte came through with a 4th place finish in his Cup debut, while Rusty Wallace finished 2nd at Atlanta. Jeff Gordon finished 31st in his Winston Cup debut at Atlanta in 1992. Next, on RPM tonight, the action is wild in this week's edition of Open Wheel Wednesday.
Hi, I'm Gary Collins. Did you know that over 1 million Americans are waking up to a revolutionary new way to sleep on air?
I slept more soundly right from the start.
I'm not tossing, I'm not turning.
She has her comfort level, I have mine, and we can change it at will.
They're talking about the Select Comfort Airbed. And now you can get the whole story in this catalog and video absolutely free. Inside, you'll discover a mattress so comfortable and supportive, we guarantee you a better night's sleep. Plus, you can adjust firmness on both sides of the bed at the touch of a button. Unlike metal coils that can create pressure points and water beds that can bend your spine, Select Comfort contours to your body. So, find out why over 1 million Americans, including me, are waking up to Select Comfort. Call for your free catalog and video today.
To get all the exciting details on this new and better way to sleep on air, including your free Select Comfort Airbed catalog and a free sleep video, call toll-free 1-800-547-9977.
The X Games. The only extreme event that matters. The X Games, June 27th to July 5th, only on ESPN and ESPN2.
Open Wheel Wednesday is brought to you by Advance Auto Parts. The best part is our people.
Open Wheel Wednesday kicks off with the USAC Silver Bullet Series at Indianapolis Raceway Park, IRP. And Ryan Newman at the start is a man on a mission. In the early going, he stretches out his lead over the field 21 laps, and Dave Darland spins in turn 1, and he winds up taking Jimmy Sills into the wall with him. Later in the race, Brad Knopfler, the singer, spins and collects the 2 and 6 cars in that pile-up. Ouch! It's got to hurt. Back out front, it's Newman cruising away to pick up the easy victory. Now to Williams Grove in Pennsylvania, the 410 Sprint's Mark Smith is the man jumping out into the early lead, but check out Lance Deweese. He takes the low way around Smith to claim the top spot coming out of turn 4. Later in the race, on a restart, Deweese goes high. Greg Hodnett goes low and rockets his way past Deweese to take lead. Hodnett then put it in high gear, pulled away from the crowd, but on the last lap, Hodnett got into the cushion. Couldn't get it back on the track. That allowed Deweese to close the gap. But in the end, Hodnett was able to gather himself back up and hold off Deweese to take the victory. Now we go to Lake Odessa, Michigan. It's the All-Star Circuit of Champions in action. The green flag flies in this one, and so does the dust. Check out the rookie Casey Kane, driving like a veteran. He jumps out into the early lead, but Kenny Jacobs would soon close the gap and move in to challenge Kane for the top spot. Kane held him off until the last turn of the last lap, and that's when Jacobs makes his move to the inside, blowing past Kane to take the checkered flag. The SCRA traditional sprints at Ventura, California. Troy Rutherford and Mike English moving out in front at the start of this race. And check out Rutherford as they go through turn number 4. Troy moves out in front of English to take over the top spot. Lee Brewer Jr. and Eddie Patterson take some nasty tumbles. Brewer was uninjured, but Patterson taken to a local hospital to be out of action the next 3 months with a couple of crushed vertebrae. Back up front, Corey the Cruiser Cruiseman had taken control. He led the final laps on way to his 3rd victory of the year. We wind things up in Tulare, California. Peter Murphy takes the lead for the first 7 laps of the feature event. Britt Kading loses the fuel cap. You can see it in the spot channel. Fuel everywhere, and then a fire breaks out. Rescue crew is on the scene quickly to put out the blaze. Remarkably, Kading walked away unhurt, finished 6th in the race. Back up front, Tim Kading and Tommy Tarleton get in a little mix up there, but up front is Randy Hannigan cruising to the easy victory. When we come back, Adam Petty looks for his success at Charlotte to continue.
Today's Sports Century Classic Moment is brought to you by Burger King.
Rick Mears becomes the 3rd 4-time winner of the Indianapolis 500, winning the Diamond Jubilee Edition, the 75th running of this great speed classic.
Michael had passed him, and then he passed him around the outside going into turn 1 at racing speeds. I don't know if I'd make that pass in my dreams. Rick Mears is the greatest driver to ever race at the Indianapolis 500.
That was May 26, 1991.
Say, everyone's talking about chicken. Chicken's a popular word. But anywhere you go, you're bound to find a chicken ain't nothing but a bird.
Craving our tender, mouth-watering chicken sandwich? At just 99 cents for a short time, there ain't nothing like it. Burger King. When you have it your way, it just tastes better.
Last October at Charlotte, Adam Petty grabbed a lot of people's attention when in his first ARCA start, he went out and won the race. He returns to Charlotte this weekend as a Busch Series driver. And Adam, that had to be a big thrill, first of all. First ARCA race, pick up the win in Charlotte.
It really was. You know, it meant a lot for me. My grandfather, my grandmother, my whole family was there. Most of all, my dad. He was the first time he'd ever been to Victory Lane with me, so that really meant a lot for me and for him being there.
What about the race coming up on Saturday in the Busch Series? Same result, maybe?
I hope so. It's going to be a little bit harder. You got guys like Jeff Gordon and Joe Nemechek and people like that that's coming down from the Winston Cup Series to run. So we got our work cut out for us, but we got a great team, a great sponsor in Sprint and Spree prepaid phone cards, and I'm looking forward to getting there this weekend and getting it going on.
Now, you started off your Busch Series career with, what, a 6th place finish at Daytona. You had a 4th place at California. Last week, a 5th place at Nazareth. Are you kind of surprised that you guys are doing so well?
You know, I think that I'm more surprised at the way the team's gelling right now. They're doing a great job. It's kind of hard to find guys that really want to get behind an 18-year-old kid that goes out there and tears up race cars and runs, you know, 180 mile an hour every weekend. But, you know, I'm really proud of those guys. They work really hard every day. It seems they work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I'm really more proud of them than I am the finishes. But if we keep finishing and I keep being patient, and that's the biggest problem is me being patient, then we'll get to the top 10 in points, I hope.
I would think you'd have a big problem being, I remember when I was your age and I had a lead foot out on the road. Do you ever have problems getting in your street car, you know, and going a little bit too fast?
Huge problem. And believe me, my mom gets on to me, and especially when she gets the tickets from the state troopers, and she doesn't really like that. But, you know, it is hard, but it's much more harder to be patient in that race car, especially when you know have a good car and you know you can get to the front and you just try to get there a little bit earlier than you think you can.
You look back a few races ago, went to California, 4th place, and what your mom said something about she couldn't have been happier if you'd won?
She said I couldn't have been happier if you'd have won, and I said, well, I could have. I could have been just a little bit happier if I would have won, but you know, it was a great day there, being out there with Hot Wheels and everything like that, and with Dad out there, and once again, you know, to run good with in front of my family meant a lot to me.
What's been the biggest adjustment to racing in the Busch Series for you this year?
Radial tires. I've come from every series I've run in has been bi-supply tires, and I find your limit on radial tires has been very hard for me. And also realizing that these guys go full board every lap. They snow weight and then get it at the end and run hard at the end. They run just as hard on lap 1 as they do on lap 200, and I've had to adjust my driving style a lot. But we're coming around and it's getting there, and hopefully it'll all pay off this weekend in Charlotte.
You know, Elliott Sadler says the same thing about moving to Winston Cup. He says because in Winston Cup they run hard every single lap.
They run really. They run really hard in Busch to me, and you know, it's been fun learning from them. It's been fun following guys like Randy LaJoy and learning from him, and following guys like Casey too. We're two 18-year-olds and trying to do our best out there.
18 years old, world by the
We're
tail.
getting old.
Yeah, I'm getting old. Hey, Adam, thanks a lot for coming down.
Man. No problem.
And good luck this weekend.
Thanks, sir.
Our internet chats with some of the big stars and issues Indianapolis 500 continue on ESPN.com, part of the Go Network, Go.com. Here's a look at who's on RPM Tonight. We'll be right back.
Today we're going to learn the easy way to mow the lawn. This is a lawn. This is a boy. Lawn. Boy. Lawn. Boy. Lawn boy. Easy, huh?
Lawn Boy. Easy to start, easy to use, easy to maintain.
Any questions?
Why are there 2 of you?
Nicoderm CQ, what brought this on?
Last night.
Dad, when the baby comes, leave the cigarettes at home, okay?
We didn't quit for our kids.
We didn't know what we know now. Look, I talked to some guys who quit. CQ helped them do it. The 3 gradual steps. You step down, you dose. The doc says gradual's the way to go.
Nicoderm CQ, the power to calm, the power to comfort, the power to help you quit.
You change your oil every 3,000 miles, right? No, do you? You push it. Now you're so busy you try to squeeze another 1,000 miles out of your oil. Or more. Well, squeeze this. Just to do it yourself when you have the time. Reformulated Quaker State. Protection beyond 3,000 miles under any driving conditions. Anybody say insurance? It's been tested. And unlike that lazy uncle nobody really likes to talk about, it works. So go get some. Quaker State. Sensible technology. What more do you need to know?
All weekend long, all kinds of racing. The race is on ESPN2. If it goes fast and looks cool, the race is on ESPN2.
RPM Tonight is brought to you by Cooper Tire and Rubber Company. Cooper Tire, the world is your course. Drive on.
Here's a look at qualifying for Sunday's Coca-Cola 600. Jeff Gordon headed into the qualifying round with a shot at winning his 6th straight pole for the race, but the streak is over. He's still tied with David Pearson, 5 straight poles for the 600. Ward Burton had set the track qualifying record in 1994 with a lap 185.759 miles an hour. That's a mile and a half in 29.07 seconds. Historically speaking, starting up front at Charlotte is very important. 34 of the races have been won from the first 3 starting positions. One other note, although it's not mandatory, some of the teams will use wheel tethers during both the Busch and Winston Cup races at Charlotte. Busch Series driver Brad Loney suffered a concussion in a crash Sunday at Nazareth. Doctors have advised him to sit out this weekend's race at Charlotte, so Winston Cup regular Jerry Nadeau will drive in his place. Time now for me to take off for St. Louis, where I'll be working the pits for Saturday afternoon's Champ Car race. Bill Weber will be here the next 2 nights, so please take very good care of him. We'll see you back here again Monday night. Good night, everybody.
This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com, a part of the Go Network. Go.com.